in 1 Thessalonians. Chapter 1, verse 3, Paul, writing along with Silvanus and Timothy, conveys a message that resonates through time and speaks to the heart of Christian diligence and faithfulness. The verse states, "Remembering without ceasing your work of faith, labor of love, and patience of hope in our Lord Jesus Christ, in the sight of our God and Father." This passage is a cornerstone for understanding the dynamic virtues of faith, love, and hope, each interwoven with the believer's actions and sustained by their focus on the divine. At the very heart of this verse lies the triumvirate of Christian virtues: faith, love, and hope. These are not merely static qualities, but are expressed as actions, work, labor, and patience, respectively. The mention of work of faith highlights that faith is not passive. It is active and operative in the lives of believers. Faith, as depicted here, is not merely an intellectual assent, but is demonstrated in the way the Thessalonians live and serve. It is faith that motivates action and underpins every deed. The labor of love suggests an exertion that is driven by love. This is not a romantic or superficial expression of love, but a deep, sacrificial giving of oneself to others. It is the kind of love that Jesus showed on the cross and is marked by enduring commitment and strenuous effort. In the context of Thessalonica, a city known for its commerce and cosmopolitan influences, such a love would have been both countercultural and transformative, cutting across societal and ethnic divisions. Lastly, the patience of hope encapsulates a forward-looking endurance that is anchored in the promise of Jesus Christ's return. It is a hope that perseveres through trials and tribulations, not swayed by current circumstances, but steadfastly awaiting the fulfillment of God's promises. This hope is eschatological in nature, meaning it is tied to the end times and the believer's ultimate redemption. Understanding the socio-political climate of Thessalonica during the time this letter was written adds layers to our comprehension of Paul's words. As a major port city with a diverse population, Thessalonica was rife with various cultural influences and religious practices. The believers there faced challenges from both the surrounding pagan culture and possibly from the local Jewish community, which might have been skeptical of the emerging Christian faith. Thus, their faith, love, and hope were not merely spiritual inclinations, but vital responses to their environment. Today, these virtues are equally relevant. Believers are called to live out their faith actively, serve in love tirelessly, and hold on to hope patiently amidst an often contrary cultural landscape. This trio of virtues challenges modern Christians to reflect on their own lives. Is our faith evident in our actions? Is our love laborious, going beyond comfort zones? Is our hope patient, even in the face of delay or suffering? From a theological standpoint, this verse underscores the belief that Christian living is always in the sight of our God and Father. This phrase reminds us of the divine witness to our lives, adding both a layer of accountability and encouragement. It speaks of a God who is not distant but intimately involved in the lives of his people, observing and empowering them in their spiritual journey. For application, this can be incredibly heartening. The idea that God sees our efforts can serve as a motivator to persevere in faith, love, and hope. Moreover, the integration of these virtues into daily life serves as a witness to others of the transformative power of the gospel. It is through such living that believers can effectively communicate the truth of Jesus Christ to a watching world. 1 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 3 is a potent reminder of the active nature of Christian virtues. Faith, love, and hope, as outlined by Paul, are not static qualities but dynamic forces that should drive the believer's actions. They are to be lived out with diligence, demonstrated through labor, and sustained by patience, all under the watchful eye of God. This verse not only encourages believers to persevere in their spiritual journey, but also calls them to reflect the character of Christ through their everyday lives. In this way, the early Christians of Thessalonica are a model for believers in every age, challenging us to live out our faith in practical, loving, and hopeful ways amidst the complexities of our own times.